What happens when a fairy tale romance hits a cosmic disaster? Imagine returning from outer space, one of the most incredible experiences imaginable, only to have your partner call it cringeworthy and embarrassing. Sounds like a relationship nightmare, right? Well, that's exactly what insiders say sparked the explosive fallout between Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. But it's way more complicated than just one awkward comment. From career clashes to public controversies, the cracks were growing long before the breakup announcement. Stick around, because we're about to unpack every secret, every drama-filled moment behind the scenes of this Hollywood power couple's unraveling story. Did Orlando Bloom just throw shade at Katy Perry's entire career, sparking the end of their nearly decade-long romance? Insiders close to the couple are spilling the tea on what's really going down behind the glossy Instagram posts and perfectly timed public appearances, and, trust me, it's far messier than anyone imagined. Beneath the surface of their picture-perfect relationship was a foundation cracking faster than Katy's recent album sales. And Orlando, he wasn't holding back his true feelings about her career moves. Sources reveal he openly criticized her latest ventures as downright embarrassing, especially that infamous 11-minute space trip that had the internet collectively cringing. Apparently, Orlando shared that sentiment and didn't hesitate to let Katy know. Remember when Katy was on stage in Australia hinting at drama with cryptic lines like, "This song was about to break up and this Tim Tam saved me"? Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, Orlando was leaning on his own support system as rumors of trouble between them simmered. According to insiders, what should have been a dazzling moment for Katy turned into the spark that ignited their relationship's meltdown. Orlando allegedly called the whole space escapade cringeworthy in the heat of an argument, leaving Katy hurt and blindsided. Imagine the thrill of venturing into outer space, an extraordinary achievement many only dream of, only to return and find your partner brushing off the entire experience as embarrassing and ridiculous. For Katy Perry, this wasn't just a theoretical nightmare. It reportedly became a very real and painful moment in her relationship with Orlando Bloom. Instead of the celebration and unwavering support she longed for. After her highly publicized space journey, she faced Orlando's blunt disapproval, a moment that some insiders say marked the beginning of the unraveling of their once strong bond. But this wasn't just a single incident of hurt feelings. Sources close to the couple revealed that Orlando's frustration ran far deeper and was rooted in a growing sense of helplessness as he watched Katy make a series of questionable career moves, time and again ignoring his counsel. From his perspective, each misstep wasn't just about professional misfortune, it felt personal, as if the woman he loved was drifting away by chasing desperate attempts at relevance and success in a fiercely unforgiving industry. Following the commercial failure of Katy's recent album, coupled with a tour that failed to meet expectations both critically and financially, Orlando's quiet withdrawal became more evident. Despite his attempts to be a pillar of support during these challenging times, and even defending her controversial trip to space, initially the cracks in their relationship widened. Friends and insiders whisper that Orlando began emotionally distancing himself, no longer willing to shoulder the burden of her career battles and public scrutiny. This gradual detachment didn't go unnoticed, and those close to the couple say the tension finally reached a breaking point where reconciliation seemed impossible. Their once picture-perfect public image, often curated through social media posts and carefully timed appearances, masked the growing dissonance beneath the surface, a dissonance fueled by clashing priorities and eroding trust. While Katy poured energy into salvaging her career with increasingly bold and sometimes desperate promotional tactics, Orlando seemed to retreat into a private world where authenticity and stability mattered more than publicity stunts. According to multiple sources, the heartbreak is compounded by the reality that neither side appears ready or perhaps even willing to mend what's been broken. The magic that once defined their relationship has faded, leaving behind a narrative of two individuals caught at opposite ends of a widening divide. Ultimately, this story is a poignant reminder of how public success and personal happiness don't always align, and how even the most glamorous partnerships can struggle under the weight of unmet expectations and unspoken disappointments. Those social media posts full of couple goals, apparently just smoke and mirrors. Friends say Orlando grew frustrated, feeling used as a promotional tool for Katy's struggling career. She hasn't been herself for over a year, and Orlando reached his limit, reveals a source. Katy ignored his advice, time and time again, pushing forward with the album, the space trip, the tour, despite his warnings. When Katy's single woman's world got slammed by critics, She posted an intimate Instagram video of Orlando working out shirtless, an unusual move that seemed timed to redirect attention. Observers compare it to publicity strategies used by celebrities like Jada Pinkett Smith, signaling desperation. Then things got even more awkward. Katy's candid revelations on the Call Her Daddy podcast about performing favors for Orlando in exchange for household chores left the private actor mortified, describing herself as emotional support animal. She joked about rewards for cleaning dishes and closing pantry doors, comments friends say crossed a line for Orlando. While Katy's life revolves around her Lifetime tour, her personal life is taking a different route. Sources confirm the couple has split. The pressures of a challenging album cycle, a difficult tour, and mounting personal tension have finally unraveled what once seemed unbreakable. And if that wasn't enough, the upcoming wedding of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez reportedly added fuel to the fire, becoming the final straw in an already fragile relationship. In short, Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry's fairy tale is overshadowed not by a single event, but by a cascade of disappointments, career clashes, and emotional distance that neither could bridge. Although Katy Perry has legitimate tour dates scheduled in Australia during the upcoming Bezos wedding, insiders suggest there's more beneath the surface, explaining her absence, and it centers on Orlando Bloom's determination to attend solo. Sources say Katy feels that the billionaire couple are closer friends to her than to Orlando, yet he's insisting on going alone, which has rubbed her the wrong way. She thinks it's a deliberate slight, a close insider revealed. Orlando isn't particularly tight with either Jeff Bezos or Lauren Sanchez, yet he's adamant about attending without her. The perceived double standard stings Katy deeply. He criticized her space trip as embarrassing, but now he wants to celebrate with the very people who helped make that trip possible. The source added, highlighting the irony. Beyond the wedding drama, Katy's recent career struggles have taken a toll on the couple. With lukewarm album and ticket sales, she's reportedly been distressed by the backlash. Their relationship, already on shaky ground, turned the Bezos wedding into yet another flashpoint. But Orlando remained steadfast in his decision to go, seemingly unwilling to back down. Photos from Venice capture Orlando embracing his single status amid Hollywood's elite, sparking speculation about his future. Perhaps most revealing is Orlando's growing frustration with what he perceives as Katy's loss of authenticity. He fell in love with who she truly is inside, but this past year has brought out a different side of her, the insider shared. He wants her to find happiness and be genuine, to stop chasing relevance at the expense of the life she's built, rather than using him as a tool, the source explained. This paints a picture of a relationship strained by one partner's relentless pursuit of fame, while the other watches uneasily, reflecting on common reasons relationships falter, such as financial or career pressures. It's clear that money isn't the issue here, especially considering Katy's space venture. Instead, Orlando's concerns stem from her increasingly erratic behavior as she struggles to promote a faltering album. According to insiders, Katy has been quick to blame others for the fallout, unwilling to accept responsibility. It was a slow-motion train wreck that everyone saw coming, one source remarked. Her controversial decision to collaborate once again with producer Dr. Luke, who has faced serious allegations, was a particularly divisive choice. Katy pushed this partnership herself and attempted to spin it with jokes and public antics involving Orlando, hoping to soften the blow. Observers note that over the past year, the tension between them was visible to those paying attention. "I rarely saw them together unless it was related to launching her new album," commented an entertainment reporter. Instead, Katy heavily promoted their couple status, seemingly as much as the music itself. The relationship between Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom, who went public in 2016 and got engaged in 2019, is now shrouded in uncertainty. Their recent overly affectionate appearance at the MTV Video Music Awards now reads as contrived in hindsight desperation rather than genuine connection, insiders suggest. The couple, who shared daughter Daisy Dove, born in 2020, had weathered a brief split in 2017 before reconciling and planning a wedding in Japan, postponed by the pandemic. Now, with Orlando spotted enjoying Venice's high-profile Bezos wedding festivities, flirting with newfound singlehood, and mingling with celebrities, many doubt they will weather this storm, though paparazzi caught him walking alongside Sydney Sweeney. Industry insiders warn against jumping to conclusions about romance. Just because they were seen together in Venice doesn't mean they're involved, cautioned one source. Meanwhile, Katy, currently on tour, has been struggling with mixed reviews that have added stress to their already fragile relationship. Orlando's relaxed and upbeat demeanor at the event, including a brief but tender moment captured with Oprah Winfrey, has not gone unnoticed. Some speculate the two were exchanging words of comfort over his recent breakup, though skeptics suggest it was likely a quick, casual interaction. Regardless, Orlando's ease in blending into the star-studded wedding without Katy speaks volumes about the distance now between them and what the future might hold. A major source of friction in Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom's relationship reportedly stemmed from Katy's controversial choice to reunite with producer Dr. Luke despite the serious allegations made against him by singer Kesha. Orlando is said to have advised her against this album collaboration, with insiders emphasizing just how contentious this decision was amid the public backlash Katy faced. An industry insider revealed a major source of tension between Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom stemmed from Katy's controversial decision to work again with producer Dr. Luke. Despite serious allegations made against him by singer Kesha, Katy reportedly made fully aware of the surrounding issues, shrugging off widespread fan outrage and industry criticism as reckless. This professional gamble didn't just invite public backlash, it deeply affected their personal relationship, with Orlando growing increasingly disillusioned by what he perceived as Katy compromising her authenticity and values for career survival. The strain intensified when Katy launched her Lifetime's tours in April, forcing them into extended physical and emotional separation, which only magnified existing conflicts. Compounding matters, her album, anchored by the critically panned single Woman's World, failed to meet commercial expectations, plunging Katy into a spiral of desperate promotional tactics, including leveraging Orlando as a marketing tool in ways that made him uncomfortable, given his private nature. At its core, the unraveling of their relationship seems rooted in a fundamental clash over authenticity and priorities. Orlando's desire for genuine self-expression and stability starkly contrasted with Katy's increasingly aggressive efforts to reclaim relevance amid a tough industry landscape. This divergence in values and career approaches created an unbridgeable gap, turning what once seemed like a loving partnership into a fractured alliance strained by conflicting ambitions and public pressures. He just wants her to be happy and true to herself, the source insists. Orlando wishes she'd pause and appreciate the life she's created instead of constantly chasing attention and using him to do it. Friends close to the couple describe Orlando's frustration as stemming from witnessing Katy pursue relevance through what he saw as contrived controversies and over-the-top stunts. She figured that the more revealing her outfits and the racier her image, the more publicity she'd generate. The insider says, highlighting a strategy that left the intensely private Orlando increasingly uncomfortable. This fundamental disconnect, his desire for genuine privacy versus her pursuit of headline-grabbing spectacle, proved to be a breaking point. Amid all the public drama, the couple's 4-year-old daughter, Daisy Dove Bloom, remains at the center of their lives. Neither side has shared specifics about custody or co-parenting plans, but those familiar with both Katy and Orlando emphasize their unwavering love for their child. A family friend confided to People on June 9. Katy was also upset by some of the tour reviews, which added more stress to their relationship. Navigating this new chapter will be complicated. They've been together through most of Daisy's life, and now they need to figure out a new normal. Their timeline meeting in 2016, a brief split in 2017, reconciling in 2018, engagement in 2019, and welcoming Daisy in 2020 told the story of a couple seemingly building a future together. Until this latest upheaval, fans' reactions to the breakup have been split. Katy's supporters point to subtle hints in her recent lyrics, suggesting relationship struggles might have been brewing for some time, while Orlando appears to be embracing his single status. Amidst the glitz of the Bezos-Sanchez wedding in Venice, an industry observer noted, "When you're thrown into a star-studded Venice wedding, mingling is inevitable." Whether this marks the final chapter for Katy and Orlando is still uncertain, though they've reconciled before. The depth of these issues seems more profound than their last split. Even critics acknowledge Katy is going through a tough year. "I don't want to pile on," one insider said, but it's clear this has been a rough stretch for her. As for public responses, Orlando's private nature suggests he'll likely remain silent, while all eyes stay on Katy's next moves, both personal and professional. What's your take on all this? Was Orlando justified in his concerns about Katy's career choices, or should he have offered more support? And do you think there's any chance for them to find their way back together, or are they better off moving on? Share your thoughts below.